Jason character is very physical, but it never felt like work. It felt like I felt like I was born to play the character. I know, sounds lame as shit, but every time I did one of the movies, it felt right. It just felt easy.
What's up, everybody? Ryan from JoBlo.com coming to you from Crystal Lake Nightmares, a convention in Los Angeles that celebrates 45 years of Friday the 13th. I'm here to talk to your favorite final girls, victims, and slashers about their time at Camp Blood. Along the way, we're going to get some cool behind-the-scenes stories and their thoughts on the legacy of this beloved horror franchise 45 years later. So let's ignore the warnings of the locals and take a trip back to Camp Crystal Lake. Looking back, what first got you into the world of stunts?
Just the desire to do it. I somehow, during my college days, fell in love with the idea of doing stunts and doing it for a living instead of a hobby. And so in between semesters, I decided to go to LA and try going to stunt school and stuff. And I was in stunt school with Tom Morda, who played Jason in Part 5. And there was a stunt school in Santa Monica, and I learned a lot from him because he was far more advanced than I was at the time. And I don't know, I just loved the idea of it. Now it's incredibly hard to get into if you don't have a family member. It can be a very nepotistic business. For sure. Or have an uncle or a father or a mother that's had a career in stunts. It's a much easier road for you. I did not have that, and most people don't. So you have to really keep, trying hard, and eventually, if you stay with it, which a lot of people don't, because they start saying, well, it's been 5 years, and I haven't done enough to make a living, and they give up. But if you don't, then it can be a very satisfying career.
Absolutely. And kind of following up on that, not just limited to Jason, of course, but do you have kind of a feather in your cap stunt, the one that you're most proud of that you've performed?
A few of them. I mean, 48 years doing this stuff. And even though I got burned and almost died from a fire stunt, I ended up loving to do fire stunts after that. And my favorite fire stunt is in Friday the 13th, Part 7. Because I was on fire for so long, and it was so amazing looking. And then, there's a movie called Fair Game where I had to jump from a flying helicopter and land on the top of a moving train.
Chase him.
Which was a little tricky. And, of course, it's a kind of stunt where you hope you do it once, and we did it like 5 times. 5 takes. So that was a little tricky because of the physics of it. You can't decide whether when you hit the train, if it's going to, because it's moving forward, if you're going to kick backwards.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't until we did the first take that we knew how it was going to go. So the first one was very, I don't know if you'd say scary, but, concerning.
I would say scary, but I don't do what you do, man. Hats off. And do you have a favorite kill as Jason that you've performed?
Of course.
Please.
Any idea? No, my top Jason kills are Sleeping Bag, Frozen Head from Jason X,
naturally,
and punching Julius's head off on Part 8.
That was going to be my guess, but I was like, that's probably it.
The Sleeping Bag, because it's not a weapon. And I always thought anybody can kill with a weapon, but when you kill someone with something that's not a weapon, that's even more creative, so that's why I like it. That's why we brought it back in Jason X.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice you did it twice.
Yes, exactly.
So what does the legacy of this character mean to you?
First of all, as a horror fan, you can only imagine what it felt like to play a character that you've enjoyed watching for 6 movies. And now you're the person putting the mask on, and you have all the responsibility to do whatever you can to do the character justice. And it'll always be the high point in my career. I mean, I've done a lot of fun stunt movies, 7 and Demolition Man and Lethal Weapon 3 and Daredevil and Batman Forever. For sure, Enemy of the State, all those are fun, but when you play the title character in a film, that's a huge honor, and you better do it justice.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you mentally prepare for roles that require so much physical endurance and danger?
I don't know if I really have to prepare for it, because it's, as a stunt person, you're always ready to be surprised by something physical that you have to do. And, the Jason character is very physical, but it never felt like work. It felt like, I felt like I was born to play the character. I know, sounds lame as shit, but I felt like it was perfect for me to do that kind of character. And every time I did one of the movies, it felt right. It just felt easy.
Yeah.
And even though it's not, especially with the makeup and stuff like that, it's kind of very tough to work in. Because of that, maybe it's easier to bring the anger, because you're already frustrated.
Fair enough, man. And so you're famously super good to your fans. Like, you're known for incredible interactions with them, and I hope they've been equally as good to you. Do you have any favorite fan interactions throughout the years? Something that's kind of stuck with you as like, that was particularly wholesome or bizarre?
Oh, many. I mean, I've met so many fans, especially fans that have been burned. And because it's one of those medical situations where you have no idea what the person is going through, even your loved one. You don't know what they're going through unless you've been there. And I've seen so many people become more positive, even when they're in the burn unit. You get very depressed. You think, oh God, I'm going to have scars the rest of my life if I even survive this. And nobody knows unless you can talk to somebody that's been there, and people will listen as long as you want to talk about it, because they finally are able to say, this person knows what I'm going through. They've been there and they've experienced it. So they will take your opinions and knowledge about your own case and use it in the future by saying, well, Kane said this is probably going to be what happens, and sure enough it does. And it's just, I do whatever I can with burn survivors.
Absolutely. I love that, man. And last couple questions for you, just a couple rapid fire ones. You are in a lot of people's favorite horror movies, of course, but what is your personal favorite horror movie?
It's my all-time favorite movie anyway, and it just happens to be horror. And it's The Exorcist.
Nice.
Because, most people around here are not old enough to have seen it when it was first in theaters. I am just old enough to have seen it when it was first released, and the subject matter was something that nobody ever touched. And the movie is so amazing and still good. How many movies from, 1974, I think it is?
Yeah.
That are still good, that don't look hokey and stupid because of effects or whatever. It's still a great movie, and that'll always be my favorite.
Solid pick, man. And what do you think gives Jason his staying power in pop culture that we're here celebrating him 45 years later?
Yeah, I don't think I have an answer to that, but I'm
Fair
happy it's the case, obviously, but there's new characters that are kind of coming in and taking over the enthusiastic fans, like Art the Clown from Terrifier is the current Jason from the 80s character.
Yeah.
In my opinion, people love that character. David did an amazing job, and he's very humble about it also, which I appreciate. I don't like when people are given the gift of playing a character that makes them well known and they act like they deserved it. I don't like it. And David is not that kind of person. He realizes how fortunate he is, but he worked hard and got the benefits from it. But I just think it's like Frankenstein or the Wolfman or
absolutely.
Creature. those are so old, but people still know them. And I think people will still always know the character of Jason till I'm dead, probably, at least.
And the fan question is actually a debate that they want you to settle.
Uh-oh.
Victor Crowley versus Jason, who wins?
Obviously, I'd love to do that movie somehow.
Yeah.
Characters, but a very slight edge to Victor.
Okay.
Because he's a little less predictable. Doesn't mean you can defeat Jason just because you know what he's going to do. But Victor was more surprising in some of the stuff he did. So very, very slight edge to Victor.
All right, right on. And last question, we got a lot of fans over at the site who love this movie, love you. I was wondering if you could give us a message for the fans. Just what do you have to say to them celebrating 45 years of this character?
All of us that have ever been involved in a Friday movie, and this has been a great group of people, I don't think it's ever happened, to have this many Friday the 13th actors in it. And we all appreciate the fact that it's still a popular character. I mean, I guess maybe there's another one coming up. I heard the possibility of that, and that would, if there is, that'd be the 13th movie. How do you not do 13 Friday the 13th?
Right.
So, but we always appreciate the fans, and when you, for like me in particular, when you meet someone and they show you a picture from 30 years ago at a convention, and several times this has happened when someone shows me a picture of me holding an infant in the photo at a convention, and now I'm holding that person's child in a photo. And the fact that people still are that loyal, and I mean, we're all in this position because of the fans.
Yeah,
it's not because of the performance. The fans keep us relevant and keep us having fun, especially conventions like this when it's, so many of these people here this time I haven't seen in 25 years. Some of the people from Part 8 and Part 7 and stuff. And it's just, it makes it fun to be able to spend a weekend with your friends, with fans that you've known for years.
So that's going to do it for me at Crystal Lake Nightmares. From JoBlo.com, I have been Ryan Coltrera. Stay safe out there, campers.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.